If you believe it, you can achieve it, right? Very, very simple words that are very, very true, okay? In order to achieve anything, guys, one thing you have to understand is you have to be able to envision it first, right? You have to see yourself doing it, because when you can see yourself doing it, guess what? You can achieve it, okay? But the trick is you have to see yourself doing it, right? In your head, in your mind, you have to see yourself accomplishing it. In order to make it a reality, you have to envision it, okay? It's like this Lamborghini. Before I bought this Lamborghini, I already saw myself in this car. I saw myself driving this car. And originally, my first thoughts of this car were red, which this car is. It's called Rossifesto Red, right? Very expensive option, very rare color for this car, but this is the color I envisioned myself having when, I got to a level of success where I could afford it. I envisioned it. I saw it. And lo and behold, I got this car. It's crazy to think, because there were so many other colors out there that this car is more frequently available in, whether it's black or white, especially. Those are most frequent Lamborghini colors you'll see. Orange, green, even. Those colors aren't that rare, believe it or not. But Rossifesto Red, very hard to come by. I never saw one for sale. Not in this model, not in this price range. Just never came across one. Until I started hunting for one, and boom, there it was. Right? Crazy. But just like my DeLorean, same thing. I mean, before I bought my DeLorean, I saw myself driving DeLorean. I saw myself buying it. I saw myself owning it. Right? I saw myself getting one day. Even when I was broke, I said to myself, I'm going to get a DeLorean one day. I was already envisioning it in my head. Right? Same thing with my business. I was already envisioning it in my head. Like, what would life be like? What would it feel like? What would my days be like? What would I be doing? I could see it in my head. That's why I left my corporate job. That's why I had so much confidence to leave my job, because I was already seeing it in my head. I saw a brighter future, right? I already envisioned it, right? And I went after it. Did everything go perfectly just because I envisioned it? Absolutely not. No. Many things that could go wrong absolutely went wrong, even worse than I thought sometimes. However, I just had the fortitude to keep going, because I wanted it to become a reality. And when you want something to become a reality so bad, I mean, you'll make it happen. You'll find ways to make it happen, right? That's why I can't stand this quitter mentality, victim mentality. Poor me. It's like, oh my gosh, And I definitely have some of those folks in my family, right? Even my own family, right? I have people like that grew up with way more than I had growing up, and they got way more freebies and gifts and stuff that I ever got. Yet here they are, as 30, 40, 50-year-old men still complaining about it. Like, oh, I didn't get this, I didn't get that. I mean, that's the last thing I think about these days. Like, oh my gosh, my dad didn't get me this. That's the last thing I think about. I don't care anymore, right? I want to do for me, right? And moreover than that, I'm very grateful for what I did get, what my parents did provide. We didn't have a whole lot growing up, but I'm very grateful, very thankful for that. Just the little that we had. I'm grateful for that. Right? I'm grateful for the memories. I'm thankful. I mean, I'm constantly preaching that to you guys. Like, you have to be thankful for something. You have to be grateful, for what you have and not what you don't have. And that's one thing that I was always grateful for, even when I was, piss poor broke and didn't have anything, was the fact that, I've got my health. There's always something to be thankful for. And and not be so entitled, and or anything like that, So, but you have to see it, guys. If you want like a certain type of girl in your life, you want her to look a certain way, whatever, you have to envision that too. Even the women that I date these days, I mean, I'm dating women that I already saw myself with. That I already saw myself like, this is my type. This is what I want to have in my life. This is what I'm going to go for. How do I get that? I mean, way back in the day, I was like, how can I improve myself? And how could I be better? And what can I fix about myself that are within my control, right? Any like social anxiety or any little unattractive quirks that I might be doing when I'm talking to a girl. What can I work on? You know, I'm constantly, even to this day, I'm just a student of life. I want to get better in areas that I could get better at, right? I mean, there's always something you can improve upon. However, if your focus is split and half your focus is on getting better and the other half is on blaming other people for the way your life turned out or playing victim, you're really not going to go anywhere. It's like keeping your foot on the gas and on the brake at the same time. You're just not going to move, right? But I want you to move forward. I want you to keep going. And it's just part of life that people are going to do us wrong, right? You're going to come across people in life, maybe even just in your daily day, that just does something stupid to you, right? Maybe it just cuts you off in traffic or something. Just whatever it is, right? Whatever it is, cuts you in line without saying, oh, excuse me. You know, I mean, just these little things, right? But those are the things that you just have to learn to let go, because you have to focus on the bigger picture, as they say. You've got bigger fish to fry, as they say, right? You can't be worried about these very trivial things that happen in daily life to everybody, not just you. I know because it's you, it feels like this is only happening to me. No, it happens to everybody, right? But really, it's about how you handle it. How do you overcome that? Like, how long do you let it bother you, right? As the old saying goes, you can judge the success of a man by the things that bother him, right? So if something that petty bothers you, where you can't let it go and you hold a grudge, that's something you need to work on, because that's going to hurt you. It's going to hurt you in the long run, especially if you have big goals, big dreams, right? And what that tells me, if you have time to be petty, it means you're not putting enough time into your goals, into your ambitions, your aspirations. If you have time to be petty, right? If you have time to complain about other people, you have too much time on your hands. If you have time to, throw shade at other people, you definitely have too much time on your hands. These days, I just don't have time for it, right? Even when I have friends who try to pull me into like drama or whatever, like, oh my gosh, Paul is doing this and what a dick, huh? Isn't he a dick? And I'm like, I guess. I don't know. I mean, based on what you're telling me, it's not cool. Yeah. Anyway, on to the onwards and upwards, right? On to the next thing. I just don't like to get involved in like gossip or, just things like that are silly to me, that are just silly and just a waste of time. But again, this is why I'm driving a Lamborghini, and a lot of my haters are not, right? It's because they get involved in that. They get involved in gossip and smearing or channel smearing and, stuff like that. Like, look at all my haters online, like the ones who've done these, like, expose videos, expose them. Are those guys driving a Lamborghini? No. Are those guys dating beautiful women? No. Do those guys even look happy in life? No. Right? Because they spend all their time worried about everybody else rather than themselves, right? And that is why I'm successful and they're not, right? And that's why I'm teaching you the same keys to success that were taught to me. It's like, focus on yourself. Don't worry about everyone else. I didn't pull this out of the air, by the way. One of my first mentors, my brother-in-law, who was a successful entrepreneur, taught me this when I was younger. It's like, hey, I noticed you spend a lot of time talking about other people or just angry at other people and, just constantly cursing about other people. Why? And I'm like, I don't know, I'm pissed off because this jackass, da-da-da-da. And he's like, why does that bother you so much? I mean, he was kind of psychologized me, and then got to a point where I felt silly, and I was like, yeah, why does that bother me so much, right? And he's like, hey, if you're so above this guy, why does that bother you? I'm like, yeah, that's true, and this is why I did this video like a couple of years ago. I said, everybody reacts to the alpha male, because I've noticed that. I'm like, everybody who reacts to you is really showing that they have lower value than you, right? People who are non-reactive are people who have higher social value, right? It's because the reason why they're non-reactive is because they have better things to do, better things to think about. It's not like, if they were in lower consciousness, they wouldn't react, because they probably would, right? If I dropped to lower consciousness and, I decided to become a loser and have nothing else to do, sure, I would see some enjoyment in that, right? Getting a dopamine rush just off of gossiping about people and, and just getting into like lots of drama and stuff. But you know what? I'm not in lower consciousness. I'm in higher consciousness. And I do want to achieve bigger things, better things. I want to do better than where I am now. I want to accomplish more things. I can't do that if I'm worried about what other people are doing, right? And more importantly than that, you can't do that if you're too distracted to envision these things. Because to envision your goals, right, to see it, in order to believe it, you have to have a mind that is at peace, right? You can't have all sorts of garbage going on in your head, and somebody who did you wrong, or family drama, or girlfriend drama, or all this other nonsense. You have to be at peace. And this is why I value people in my life who are peaceful, right? I don't want to have like gossips in my life anymore. I don't want to have just people who are constantly causing chaos in my life. Like when I was younger, I had a lot of people like this in my life. It was kind of entertaining at the time because I had nothing else better going on, so I got involved in it, probably partook in it a lot of times. But now I look back on it and I feel silly, right? I feel like I wasted a lot of time. I mean, yes, you're young and you do dumb things like that, but there's some dudes who are like in their 30s already, 40s, 50s, and still doing that, right? And then they cry about the fact that they're not successful. Well, energy flows where attention goes. So where is your attention, right? What are you focusing on? And this is why I say you have to have the mental space in your head, the mental peace to see your goals coming to fruition. You have to see it in order to believe it, right? You have to envision it in your head before you achieve it, right? Because if you can see yourself doing it, you can do it, right? Or as Mickey said in Rocky, right? When you see yourself doing right, you do right. Simple as that, right? Mickey, when you see yourself doing right, you do right. Simple as that. Okay? As always, gentlemen, drop your comments below. Let me know what you think of tonight's coaching video. Anything you'd like to add, anything you'd like to share, please drop them in the comments below, and I will see you there in my comments. Till next time, this is Matt Cross from AlphaMaleSecrets, signing out here with my Lamborghini. Just got this car, very excited about it. We're going to be featuring it a lot more here on the channel in the next coming months, the next coming years. Going to be keeping this for a little while. I still have my DeLorean, by the way, so not selling the DeLorean, but going to be enjoying this car for a little while here. And if you want to see the process of me purchasing this car, just go to my Instagram, my IG at MattCrossOfficial. Follow me on there. Been posting a lot of videos about this car. I was working on this deal for over 2 months. Finally got it closed. I was on a hunt for this car, looking for this car for over 2 years, trying to find one in Rosa Festo Red, which is the color of this vehicle. Rosa Festo Red is probably hands down one of the rarest colors for the Lamborghini. It's also a $14,880 option. So it's a pretty rare find. It's a fully loaded vehicle. But I'm going to do a full review on the car here on my channel pretty soon, if it's not up already. So yeah, follow me at MattCrossOfficial. The same guy who delivered my DeLorean also delivered the Lamborghini. His name is TJ at Florida Exotic Transport. If you happen to purchase a muscle car, collector car, exotic car, he's your man for delivery. Funny enough, I bought this car also sight unseen, like I did my DeLorean. Just when you get these deals, you just have to jump on it, right? You just have to jump on it, man. But as always, gentlemen, don't forget to smash that like button, smash the subscribe button, and smash that notification bell as well, so you're notified whenever I release a brand new coaching video here on the YouTube. More importantly, guys, please make sure you subscribe to the channel. Helps me out a ton when you guys actually subscribe to the channel and you just don't take off on me. So subscribe to the channel, helps me out with the YouTube algorithm. And for you guys who want to support my work and all of this insane red pill, gold pill, platinum pill content that I'm teaching you here on my channel, best way to do that is becoming basically a subscriber of my premium AlphaMaleSecrets channel. Right now, it's only $1 for the entire first month of premium AlphaMaleSecrets content from me. So take advantage of it. All you need to do is click the link below in my description box. It will take you over to my website where you can get signed up right now. Just say 2 seconds. So do that now, and I'll see you in my next coaching video. I'm out. Woo!